Today, the biotech firm Moderna took an unprecedented attempt at transparency, releasing its protocols on how it will determine if its coronavirus vaccine is safe and effective. The company's vaccine uses what's called mRNA technology. That's a type of vaccine that has never been brought to market. We spoke with Moderna's president, Dr. Stephen Hoge, in our series, Racing to a Cure. How soon will we know when a Moderna vaccine is working?
It's very hard to know for sure. We have announced today that we've made a good progress in enrolling the phase 3 trial. So we've actually enrolled over 25,000 of the 30,000 participants in that study. But now we're going to depend upon those people, unfortunately, getting sick. Our best estimates of the early it could happen would be the later part of the fall, November, December time horizon. But it could happen much later or much sooner, depending upon the rate of transmission in the country.
Is Moderna feeling political pressure?
We haven't been feeling direct political pressure, but definitely we feel the social pressure of this moment. The goal of developing a vaccine is not to get a vaccine approved, it's to stop the pandemic. And that will only happen if hundreds of millions of people, hundreds of millions of Americans agree to get vaccinated. That will only happen if they have confidence in the data and the vaccine. And so what we did today in publishing our fully unredacted protocol, but also what we did in our presentations around that, has the goal of being transparent.
So will Moderna commit to publicly releasing all of its results before a vaccine becomes available?
We're absolutely committed to publishing and releasing the data before a vaccine comes available.
What's the goal of this vaccine?
Well, the goal of this vaccine, of all vaccines in this case, is to stop the pandemic. We all want to get back to a normal life. If we can reduce this to a common cold, then I think most of us would feel like we can get back most of our lives.
So given that the Moderna mRNA vaccine does not prevent infection, but it does reduce the severity of the infection, do some age groups fare better than others?
It's a great question. So first, we don't know whether it'll prevent infection or not yet. We'll wait for the phase 3 data, and it's possible it will. But we think the more likely outcome is that it'll prevent severe disease, particularly COVID-19. What's really exciting news that we announced today is that we shared some data we previously presented to the CDC on elderly Americans who'd been in our vaccine studies in phase 1 and showed that we'd had the same level of protection in the elderly as we'd seen in the younger populations. That gives us hope and reason for optimism that actually our vaccine will be able to protect those highest risk populations, particularly those over the age of 65 who are bearing the brunt of COVID-19.
Dr. Stephen Hoge, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time, Norah.